So previously on the Odyssey quest, it said a mysterious hero will enter the game soon. That mysterious hero is now here. Let's go and have a look at him. Okay, spoiler alert for anyone who doesn't want to see, we're going to have a look at the hero at the end of the game or the end of the Odyssey quest line. So, in the Forerunner server, so this is not live on global yet, although this is the second time they've released. First time they released it, and then this is the second time they've changed bits of it, so I'm going to guess they're quite happy with the state of it. So this is the final part now with the hero actually here. So you get all the quests done. There's a previous video that shows all the quests. There's a spreadsheet for that as well. So that's all done, and now here's the final hero. This is our new champion once you've done your 82 quests, which will take you probably a few months to do. Here he is, and he is Init. He's an arbiter, exhilarating faction. He's a mage, he does magic damage. Upon ascending to divinity, Init wields the pride of a true god. Will not engage in combat personally, instead bestows the ancient core upon his mortal allies to strike at his enemies. Sounds very impressive. He does continuous damage for someone who's not entering combat. He does true damage for someone who's not entering combat, and he buffs people. That makes sense. Right, so when deployed, immediately assigns Ancient Core. So Ancient Core autonomously attacks an enemy in range equal to the attack range of the assigned ally, periodically dealing damage. Only a limited number of ancient cores can exist on the battlefield, so he won't give it to everyone. He gives it to multiple allies, but not to everyone, so that is, if it's multiple, it's got to be at least 2, but can't be any more than 7. So after that, periodically assigns. I suppose the catch to this is when do you employ him? So if you place him down first, would he then not put it on to anyone? This is when deployed, immediately assigns it. So he's going to have to not go first in your rotation, I assume, or do other people get it as and when they go down, so to speak. Something to look at when we actually get a chance to actually play test him. After periodically assigns one ancient core to an ally, ancient core implodes after a certain period of time. So interesting to see how quickly that time frame comes around till he gives out more of these ancient cores and how much damage it does to someone once it implodes. So his basic attack deals magic damage to one enemy, although he doesn't actually go into combat, so that could be tricky. Doesn't tell us how much damage it does, and we don't know when you level him up how much additional damage that does either. They've left all of that blank for us at the moment, so that's all we know with his basic attack. We've then got his first passive, Shackles of Grace. When attacking, Ancient Core has a chance to deal extra true damage and heal allies for a portion of the true damage dealt. So level 2 damage increase, level 3 healing enhanced, level 4 damage increase, level 5 healing enhanced. We don't know how much. The other thing is, bear in mind, I would imagine this works like Volca. So every time you deal true damage, that hero is going to heal themselves. So again, if you've got a healing effect on the hero who's doing the true damage, you should theoretically see a spike or additional healing there. So just something to watch out for. His second passive, Mark of Hades. The ancient core assigned by Init upon his deployment grants a significant damage increase to allies. Well, their version of significant and my version of significant could differ, couldn't they? So that would need some clarity, to be honest, if you know that's any good. We just know while the follow-up ancient core grants a smaller damage increase instead. Again, we don't know how much smaller. So level 2 enhances the damage, level 3 enhances damage, level 4 enhance the follow-up damage, and level 5 enhance the damage increase upon deployment. So again, it's when he gets deployed. So how late in the game you place him down over how many champions you've got is going to be worth looking into, I feel. And again, we also don't know the timeline of how quickly he's doing these follow-up ancient cores. Now let's move on to his ultimate. Fortunately, we can't see it, which is a shame. So during the ultimate, all ancient core on the field enter hypercharged state. Greatly increases attack frequency, so that would be an attack speed buff, and damage. whether that be a damage buff or whether that be a crit damage buff or something like that, I don't know, but there we go, that's what it says. When the ultimate ends, Ancient Core launches an enhanced attack to Init's current target, regardless of the attack range, and then implodes. Again, we've got this imploding thing on and we don't know how much damage it is. So does that mean all people can then hit whatever target? So that could give us a whole field of play. That would be interesting to see. Again, they're not giving us that much to work on. We don't even get an image of the ultimate. So level 2 increases damage, level 3 increases damage, level 4 increasing enhanced attack damage, and level 5 skill cost reduction. Although it's not, doesn't seem beyond the realms of possibility that is it. It doesn't seem overly hyped. And then there's a arena damage increases damage in the arena by 15%. So there's a quick look at his stats. We're maxing out, although I don't know if they're important as he's not doing any attacking himself apparently. So does that mean it's only the attack interval to get the ancient cores to come round faster might be the only important one, but it says his A1 attacks as well, so I don't really know the functionality of him, but that's what it says, and there's his stats. So let's have a look at his awakening. When deployed, assigns ancient core to one more ally. So there we go, it's not going to be everyone, but it gives you an idea, so we can get another one. Interesting thing to note on this, quest 72, so 10 quests before you get him, the reward for that, the progressional reward, so that's a reward at the bottom, that gives a legendary hero soul stone, so you could technically save that and get his A1 if you wanted his A1. It's there within the Odyssey quest line as well. Right, Awaken 2, attack by 5%. Meh. When assigning ancient core to allies, gains 1 as well. Oh, so he would get an ancient core. Okay, so he can't do himself. He would then do himself as well. But as he doesn't attack, apparently. Okay, right, that's all going to be a bit weird, isn't it? All right, number 4, Rage Regen Auto +1. So maybe, yeah, so his ultimate will trick around a little bit quicker. Remember, that is the Rage Regen that goes on in the background. That's automatically happening no matter what you're doing. And then is Awaken 5, Ancient Core has a chance to remain intact after the ultimate ends. So does that mean when it implodes, it then ends the Ancient Core, so you don't get it on everyone? I don't know. The playtesting of him will be fun, I should imagine, and you'll be able to find out more then. But I'm not on the test server, so if you want to find out more, see one of the creators who's on the test server. They might be able to playtest him, or better still, get Mouton to put me on the test. That's a better. Do this one. Get Mouton to put me on the test server, and then I can go and play test it. That's a much better idea. Let's do that instead. So if he's there, then maybe you'll see some play testing of him soon. Okay, that's about it from me realistically. If you could leave me a thumbs up, a like and subscribe, that would go down brilliantly. Thank you very much for your time. Happy gaming. The only thing I'm going to do at the end of this is we've got his story spaced out, so I will look at running his story in the background as well. So if you're interested in the lore and stuff, then hang around and we'll run the story going on in the background. If not, thank you very much for your time. Happy gaming, and I'll see you in a video soon. The Embalmer, a heart of darkness. His was a soul that was sought not just to conquer death, but to enslave it. In his quest for immortality, he became a prisoner of his own making. Exeterus Sage. In times past, Mordius was ruled by powerful pharaoh kings of vast expanse who sought to amass power and transcend their mortal bonds in search of everlasting life. Of these ancient rulers, perhaps few were as driven as Init, the Embalmer. Having amassed an empire of wealth, yet still unable to withstand time's cruel embrace, Init was confounded by the mysteries of death and the great beyond. In his quest for immortality, he would spare no effort to appease his gods, sacrificing fields of livestock and constructing ornate shrines on the backs of the peasantry. But as time marched on, Init's deepest fears began to claw away at him. Desperate for answers, Init became reckless. One night, immuned an entire vial of Seer's tincture in hopes of seeking truth. Init soon found himself deep inside a vision, traversing through a soiree of nebulous realm, his entire being pulsating with energy. As he drifted effortlessly through the fabric of time, he found that with a flick of a wrist he could create matter or destroy it all by the same. It was here that his shadowy nether where Init had his first revelation. He emerged emboldened and immediately ordered a blood offering to be prepared. The next day, his followers present at the sacrificial altar, Init's face flashed with a wicked grin. As incarnations were being recited, he approached the poor soul at the altar, drew his blade, and in a shocking display tossed the man aside and proceeded to impale himself, cackling viciously as his blood slowly emptied into the altar's bowl. Legend claims that his lust for power had consumed him, dividing him into the depths of insanity. But legend, of course, is written by the living. It wasn't until centuries later that the Esotonian Order began making inroads into the Morbius, exploring the region in pursuit of knowledge, when they stumbled upon Init's tomb. However, encrusted with its strange hieroglyphics and ancient treasures, a powerful presence could immediately be felt. They channeled their magic in an attempt to contact this spirit, and for a brief moment Init was glimpsed. Troubled with what they saw, the ominous chamber was reported to the Supreme Arbiters, who came to investigate. In the tomb, filled with dank rotten smell of death, the Arbiters sensed danger. They requested contact with the spirit, and the exotericists began their ritual. What presented itself next, however, was no longer human. It was a blackened beast with a jackal's head, surrounded by mysterious claws, which appeared to manifest at will. Init's ascension to immortality had been completed. Convinced the tomb would be discovered by rival factions, the Arbiters boldly decided to resummon this nether being into the world using the exotericist's magic and shackling him in with divine power. Alas, such was the ironic fate of Init the Embalmer, a god king who at once had gained and lost everything, a heart of darkness shackled in by divine will. He serves as a testament to the intense power struggle forming in the Taian realm. His fate now inextricably bound to forces beyond himself. Well, that's it from me. I hope you enjoyed this insight into Init the Embalmer. Please leave us a thumbs up, like and subscribe. That would help me out massively, and I'll see you all in video games soon. Happy gaming.